the Island of Secrets. In the middle of the cold, gray water of San Francisco Bay, there was an island. It was not a friendly island with trees and beaches. It was a place of rock and stone, and on top of it was a famous prison, Alcatraz. People did not call it Alcatraz. They called it the Rock. From 1934 to 1963, Alcatraz was America's most secure prison. It was a special prison for the country's most dangerous criminals. Bank robbers, murderers, and gangsters were sent there. Message was simple. If you went to Alcatraz, you never came back. The prison was famous for being impossible to escape. First, there was the prison building itself. It had strong steel bars, thick concrete walls, and many guards. The guards counted the prisoners many times a day to make sure everyone was in their cell. There were towers where guards stood with guns, watching every corner of the island. Second, there was the island. It was small and rocky. There was nowhere to hide. And third, there was the water. The water of the San Francisco Bay was freezing cold. Even a good swimmer could die in a few minutes in that water. The currents were also very strong. They were like powerful rivers inside the sea, pulling everything out to the great Pacific Ocean. Everyone believed that even if a prisoner got outside the walls, the bay would kill them. Life inside Alcatraz was very hard. The prisoners lived in very small cells. A cell was just a bed, a toilet, and a small table. The rules were very strict. Prisoners could not talk to each other for a long time. They woke up early, worked hard all day, and were locked in their cells for many hours. The food was not good, and the days were all the same. It was a place without color, without fun, and without hope. For the men inside, the only thing they saw every day was the high walls and the cold water. But for some, the dream of freedom was stronger than any wall. The bold plan. In 1960, a very intelligent prisoner named Frank Morris arrived at Alcatraz. He was a bank robber, but he was also known for escaping from other prisons. At Alcatraz, he met two other prisoners, the brothers John and Clarence Anglin. The Anglin brothers were also bank robbers, and they grew up in Florida where they learned to swim in difficult waters. Fourth man, Alan West, was also part of their group. These four men were not like the other prisoners. They did not accept that Alcatraz was their final home. In their small, dark cells, they started to make a plan. It was a secret, dangerous, and brilliant plan. Their cells had a small metal vent near the floor. A vent is a small opening for air to come in. The concrete wall around the vent was old and weak from the salty sea air. Frank Morris discovered that he could chip away at the concrete, but they needed tools. They could not get real tools, so they made their own. They were very clever. They took spoons from the dining hall and made them stronger. They found an old fan motor and used parts of it to build a small homemade drill. For over a year, during music hour, when prisoners could play instruments, the men worked. The sound of their digging was hidden by the sound of an accordion. Slowly, piece by piece, they made the holes around their vents bigger. They made them just big enough for a person to climb through. But there was a big problem. The guards checked the cells every night. How could they be gone from their beds without anyone knowing? This was the most famous part of their plan. They made fake heads. They used simple things: soap, toothpaste, concrete dust, and toilet paper. They mixed these things together to make a paste. They shaped the paste into heads. Then, they got real human hair from the prison barber shop and put it on the heads. To make them look real, in the dark with the heads on their pillows, it looked like the men were sleeping peacefully. While they were digging, they were also preparing for the dangerous journey across the bay. They needed a boat. They secretly collected more than 50 raincoats from other prisoners. In a secret workshop area above their cells, they used a special glue to stick the raincoats together. They made a small raft about 2 meters by 4 meters. They also made life vests from the raincoats to help them float. Finally, in June 1962, everything was ready. Their tools, their holes, their dummy heads, and their raft were all prepared. They just needed to wait for the right night, the night of the escape. On the night of June 11th, 1962, the time was right. After the last guard check, the men made their move. They placed the dummy heads in their beds and covered them with blankets. It was a moment of great fear and excitement. One by one, Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers squeezed through the small, dark holes in their cells. Alan West, the fourth, man had a problem. The hole in his cell was not big enough. He tried and tried, but he could not get through. He was left behind. Frank and the Anglin brothers climbed up through a narrow space behind the cells. They went up 3 floors inside the wall. They came out into a utility corridor, a secret passage that the guards did not check often. From there, they climbed up to the roof of the prison building. The night was dark and foggy. The air was cold. But below them, they could hear the waves crashing against the rocks. They were outside, but they were not free yet. They carefully climbed down a large pipe on the side of the building. They were now on the ground, near the water's edge. They were quiet and moved in the shadows. They went to a place on the north side of the island where they could not be seen from the guard towers. There, they inflated their raft. It was a difficult job. They used a small musical instrument, like an accordion, to pump air into the raft. Finally, their small black boat was ready. Sometime after 10 p.m., the 3 men put their raft into the freezing dark water of the San Francisco Bay. They started to paddle away from the island, into the fog and the strong currents. They disappeared into the night. The mystery. The next morning, everything was normal at Alcatraz. The guards started their morning count. When a guard came to Frank Morris's cell, he saw the man sleeping in his bed. He shouted for him to wake up. When the man did not move, the guard reached through the bars and pushed the head. The head fell onto the floor. It was a fake. The alarm bells started ringing all over Alcatraz. It was an emergency. The guards ran to the cells of the Anglin brothers and found 2 more dummy heads. The prison was in chaos. They soon found Alan West, who told them the whole story of the escape plan. A huge search began. The FBI, the police, and the Coast Guard searched for the men. They used boats and helicopters. For the next 10 days, they searched the bay and the nearby coast. They found a paddle floating in the water. They found some pieces of the raincoat material from the life vests on a nearby beach. They also found a wallet that belonged to one of the Anglin brothers. But they never found the men. They never found their bodies. Did they survive? This is the great mystery of Alcatraz. The FBI said no. They believed the men drowned in the cold water. The currents were too strong, the water was too cold, and their homemade raft was not good enough. They said it was impossible to survive, but other people were not so sure. The bodies of the 3 men were never found. Usually when people drown in the bay, the ocean brings their bodies back to the shore. For years, there were stories and rumors. The Anglin family said they received postcards from the brothers. A family friend said he saw the brothers in Brazil years later. In 2013, the family gave the FBI a photo that they said showed John and Clarence Anglin on a farm in Brazil in 1975. The case is still open. We do not know for sure what happened to them. Did they find freedom, or did they find death in the cold? Water, the mystery makes the story even more famous. The legacy of hope. The story of the escape from Alcatraz is more than just a prison story. It became a legend. It showed that even in a place with no hope, the human spirit is strong. Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers were criminals. Their story is also one of courage, intelligence, and an incredible desire to be free. The escape had a big impact. A year later, in 1963, Alcatraz prison was closed. That the prison was too expensive to operate and maybe not as secure as everyone believed. Today, Alcatraz is a museum. Millions of tourists visit the island every year. They can walk through the cell blocks and even see the cells of Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers. They can see the holes they dug and one of the dummy heads they made. The story has been told in books and famous movies. It continues to capture the imagination of people all over the world. It is a story that shows us that nothing is truly impossible if you have a plan, if you work hard, and if you never, ever give up hope. It reminds us that the desire for freedom is one of the most powerful forces in the world. The men on the rock were locked behind steel and stone, but in their minds, they were already free.